व्रज जनरंजन यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरावनचारी व्रज जमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय निताय गौरचंद्र गौरा हरि जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय शरद बिहारी राधे राधे नित्य गौर हरि बोल नित्य गौर हरि बोल जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी महाराज की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय मथुरा धाम की जय नवदीप धाम की जय जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय यमुना माई की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय संकीर्तन महायज्ञ की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale श्रीमान क्रतुदास अधिकारी नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय हरे कृष्णा वेलकम once again to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are discussing from Canto 2 chapter 7 verse number 24 today, and the chapter titled is Scheduled Incarnations with Specific Functions. So we'll go to the verse. Yasmā adād udadhir ūḍha-bhayāṅga-vepo mārgaṁ sapady ari-puraṁ haravad didhakṣoḥ dūre suhṛn-mathita-roṣa-suśoṇa-dṛṣṭyā tātapyamāna-makaroraga-nakra-cakraḥ yasmā adād udadhir ūḍha-bhayāṅga-vepo mārgaṁ sapady ari-puraṁ haravad didhakṣoḥ dūre suhṛn-mathita-roṣa-suśoṇa-dṛṣṭyā tātapyamāna-makaroraga-nakra-cakraḥ yasmā adād udadhir ūḍha-bhayāṅga-vepo mārgaṁ sapady ari-puraṁ haravad didhakṣoḥ dūre suhṛn-mathita-roṣa-suśoṇa-dṛṣṭyā tātapyamāna-makaroraga-nakra-cakraḥ. Hare Krishna. Devotees can recite, please.
Tasmat adād adu ūḍha-bhayāṅga-vepo mārgaṁ sapady ari-puraṁ haravad didhakṣoḥ dūre suhṛn-mathita-roṣa-suśoṇa-dṛṣṭyā tātapyamāna-makaroraga-nakra-cakraḥ. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone else, please?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yasmā adād udadhir ūḍha-bhayāṅga-vepo mārgaṁ sapadya ari-puraṁ haravad didhakṣoḥ dūre suhṛn-mathita-roṣa-suśoṇa-dṛṣṭyā tātapyamāna-makaroraga-nakra-cakraḥ. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, if we can go, I was on mute, sorry. We can go to word meanings. Yasmai, unto whom, adād, gave, udadhir, the great Indian Ocean, ūḍha-bhaya, affected by fear, anga-vepaha, bodily trembling, mārgaṁ, way, sapady, quickly, ari-puraṁ, the city of the enemy, haravad, like that of Har, Mahadev, didhakṣoḥ, desiring to burn to ashes, dūre, at a long distance, suhṛt, intimate friend, mathita, being aggrieved by, rosh, in anger, suśoṇa, red hot, dṛṣṭyā, by such a glance, tātapyamāna, burning in heat, makara, sharks, uraga, snakes, nakra, crocodiles, cakraḥ, circle. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The personality of Godhead Rāmacandra, being aggrieved for his distant intimate friend Sītā, glanced over the city of the enemy Rāvaṇa with red-hot eyes, like those of Hara, who wanted to burn the kingdom of heaven. The great ocean, trembling in fear, gave him his way because its family members, the aquatics like the sharks, snakes, and crocodiles, were being burned by the heat of the angry, red-hot eyes of the Lord. Purport: the personality of Godhead has every sentiment of a sentient being, like all other living beings, because he is the chief and original living entity, the supreme source of all other living entities, the supreme source of all other living beings. He is the Nitya, or the chief eternal amongst all other eternals. He is the chief one, and all others are dependent many. The many eternals are supported by the one eternal, and thus both the eternals are qualitatively one. Due to such oneness, both the eternals constitutionally have a complete range of sentiments. But the difference is that the sentiments of the chief eternal are different in quantity from the sentiments of the dependent eternals. When Ramacandra was angry and showed his red-hot eyes, the whole ocean became heated with that energy. So much so that the aquatics within the great ocean felt the heat, and the personified ocean trembled in fear and offered the Lord an easy path for reaching the enemy's city. The impersonalist will see havoc in this red-hot sentiment of the Lord because they want to see negation in perfection. Because the Lord is absolute, the impersonalists imagine that in the absolute, the sentiment of anger, which resembles mundane sentiments, must be conspicuous by absence. Due to a poor fund of knowledge, they do not realize that the sentiment of the absolute person is transcendental to all mundane concepts of quality and quantity. Had Lord Ramachandra's sentiment been of mundane origin, how could he disturb the whole ocean and its inhabitants? Can any mundane red-hot eye generate heat in the great ocean? These are factors to be distinguished in terms of Prabhu, if you can scroll a little bit up, Prabhu. Thank you. These are the factors to be distinguished in terms of the personal and impersonal conceptions of the absolute truth. As it is said in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam, the absolute truth is the source of everything. So, the absolute person cannot be devoid of the sentiments that are reflected in the temporary mundane world. Rather, the different sentiments found in the absolute, either in anger or in mercy, have the same qualitative influence. Or in other words, there is no mundane difference of value because these sentiments are all on the absolute plane. Such sentiments are definitely not absent in the absolute, as the impersonalists think, making their mundane estimation of the transcendental world. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. By the blessings of Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees, we'll try to understand and do some discussion on today's wonderful verse. So we see the context is Sri Brahmaji is explaining the incarnations, the various incarnations of Sri Krishna to Narad Muni. And we are seeing how in each and every verse it is being described by Srila Shukdeva Goswami that Lord appears in different forms with variety of moods to perform a specific function or many functions. So when Krishna appears in different forms or as himself, he has a mission, right? And they are multi-dimensional missions. He might perform just one function or many functions. So like in our ISKCON Vrindavan temple, every morning they have a beautiful bhajan during Mangala Aarti. They sing, Narsingha Vamana Shri Madhusudana Brajendra Nandana Shama Putana Ghatana Ketava Satana Jai Dasharathi Rama. So Narsingha, Vaman, Sri Ram, these are very, very potent appearances of the Supreme Lord, Bhagavan Shri Krishna. He appears in the last verse. Yesterday we heard a beautiful, beautiful talk from His Grace, Vishnu Gada Prabhu. How he appears, how Bhagavan Ram appears in the dynasty of sun god, in the Raghu dynasty, as a son of Maharaj Dashrath and Mother Kaushalya. And what is his mission when he appears as Lord Ram? Ravana antakara makhana taskara gopi jana vastrahari brajera rakhala gopa vrindapala chitta hari vamshidhari. As Sri Ramacandra, he brought the end of demoniac King Ravana. As Krishna, he steals gopis' butter or the gopis' clothes. As a cowherd boy in Vraja, Bhagavan Krishna, he is the protector of cowherd boys. Chitta Hari Vamshidhari, and he steals the hearts of all and always holds a flute. So this is Bhagavan Krishna. So as we know, or as we are trying to understand, he appears to enjoy various rasas, various mellows. After all, we all are looking for some pleasure, some anand, right? Nobody wakes up every morning and say, oh, let me invite some pains. Today I want to just suffer. Nobody wants that. We all wake up in the hope every morning that today will be a day better than yesterday. We get more pleasure, more anand than yesterday. So how do we get this pleasure? Actually, we get all this pleasure in our various relationships, whether it could be at home, at work, at friends, in whatever. So Srila Prabhupada mentions in many purports, and especially in one of the purports in Canto 1, that in the revealed scriptures, there are 12 various rasas mentioned. What are these 12 rasas? Raudra, anger; Adbhut, wonder; Shringar, Shringar ras, conjugal love; Hasya ras, that is comedy; Dhir ras, chivalry; Daya, mercy; Dasya, servitorship, right? Master-servant relationship; Sakhya, that is friendly relationship, fraternity; Bhayanka, horror; Bhivatsa, shock; Shanta, neutrality; Vatsalya, parenthood. So these are the 12 main rasas mentioned in the Vedic scriptures. And this is important to understand because our aim as a sadhaka, as someone who are trying to progress in Krishna consciousness, is to make a very, very strong bond and relationship with Krishna and his devotees. And when we make any relationship, there has to be certain mood, certain rasa in that relationship, right? Like husband-wife, or parent-children, friendship, or just as a servant of the Lord. And Srila Prabhupada mentions the sum total of all these rasas, these 12 rasas, is called affection or love, prem. So in the previous verse, as we saw how Lord Rama appears, and also his internal potency, Mother Sītā, both of them appears. And how Ravana offended Lord Ram and Mother Sītā, and he kidnaps Mother Sītā. So now Lord Ram is at the shore of the ocean because he needs to cross over the big ocean, Indian Ocean. to fight, to give a fight to Ravana with his army of monkeys. We see in this verse when ocean, Varun Dev, the god of ocean is Varun Dev. He is not, so initially Sri Ram offered prayers and he waited for three full nights, full days, hoping that Varun Dev will give the way to the whole army. But there was no such reciprocation from Varun Dev. So now Lord Ram is becoming angry. Now, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, he has all the sentiments we can find in a living entity. We also go through all these different sentiments, right? Why? Because Sri Krishna says, or he declares in Bhagavad Gita, Mame vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana manahashastani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. That all of us, all living entities, are parts and parcel of Shri Krishna. So whatever qualities, moods, sentiments Lord has, we also possess in minute quantity. Qualitatively, we are same, but quantitatively, very, very minute. So Lord is the chief individual entity. Srila Prabhupada mentions in this purport. Nityo Nityanam Chetanas Chetanam. The Lord is the chief living entity. He is the leader of all the subordinate living entities. He is the leader of all the subordinate eternals, like the word came in the purport. Just as a drop of seawater, we take a drop of seawater, we will find it has all the qualities that we can find in the sea, the whole ocean, right? Similarly, living entities are like drop of seawater. They have the same qualities as Krishna. But Supreme Personality is Krishna. Like in Brahma Samhita, Brahmaji establishes he is the cause of all causes. Anadir Adir Govinda, Sarva Karan Karanam. The chief cause, chief living entity is Krishna only. So, God is a person. He is a supreme person actually. And he has all the feelings, emotions, moods, even mood swings like we have. Because he's not a stone. He's not a matter. He's not some inanimate jad object. So actually, when we take darshan of Lord in the temple, we see only his smile, right? But that smile can mean anything. It can mean he's pleased, he's happy with us, or it can also mean he's not happy. That depends on the depth of our service attitude, our genuine simplicity and humility. That is what pleases Lord. And as we will progress in our devotion, in our seva, we can see the reciprocation from Lord, even in the deity form. So as devotee starts making relationship with the Lord via sincere devotional service, Lord also reciprocates. Now here we see how Lord Ram, out of his intense feelings of separation from his topmost devotee, Mother Sītā, he is demonstrating some very strong emotions. Usually Lord Ram is known for as a Maryada Purushottam, very peaceful, very calm. But just like when devotee is troubled, Lord gets very, very angry. So Srila Prabhupada mentions a very strong point here that Lord's emotions or sentiments, his expressions are not mundane like us. I might get angry at very, very small things, right? Somebody takes over in the morning, somebody honks. I might get stressed or pressurized, or somebody says something to me. I take it personally and become very offended and get very angry on that person, right? These are very small things because I'm a conditioned soul. But Krishna, his anger for his sentiments is not for trivial things, because he is perfect. The difference between us and Krishna is that we are full of defects, especially 4 defects we have. What are the 4 defects we have? We make mistakes. We meaning conditioned souls. We make mistakes. Number 2, we are under illusion. Like, I am this body, I belong to this community, I belong to this family, all these attachments, right? These are illusions. We have cheating propensity, and we have imperfect senses. Our senses are not perfect, but we try to experience this whole world through our senses, thinking this is the reality, which is not, right? So that's why our expressions of emotions are full of defects. But whatever Krishna does, it is perfect and divya. Janma karma cha me divyam. That's what we should always understand. No matter what emotion Bhagwan is expressing, Lord is expressing, it is perfect and transcendental. So now when we talk about especially anger, how does anger manifest in our life or in our consciousness, in the consciousness of a conditioned soul? In Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna explains, Dhyayato Vishyan Pumsha Sangas Teshu Upjayate. When contemplating the objects of the senses, a person develops attachment for them. So first, we get attracted towards certain objects of senses, and then we develop some attachments. And due to that attachment, lust develops, and from that lust, anger develops. When that lust is not fulfilled, anger develops. So we see the journey of this manifestation of anger in our life is due to some lust, some attachment, which is at the bodily level. And what is the result of anger? Of such anger, right? Which is mundane, which is conditioned soul's anger. The result of such anger is, Sri Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, delusion, even more illusion. Delusion means even more illusion. And from that, bewilderment of memory. Our consciousness, our mind bewilders. And when it is bewildered, we fell down again in this material world. So this is very, very important to take control of our anger. The root cause is attachment to objects of senses. Thinking that I am body, we become forgetful that we are spirit soul. Actually, we should always remember we are just, as spirit soul, we are just a tenant in this body for a temporary period. This is not my body. Even this, we say this is my body, but it is given by Krishna to us as a rental property. Even this body belongs to Krishna. Nothing we own in this body, nothing. But we keep forgetting who is the real master. So we should always remember that out of causeless mercy, Krishna has allowed us to live in this body, expecting that we will cooperate with him, use this body in the way it is designed to be used. Whatever is the purpose of this body, Krishna has designed it for. The purpose is to perform devotional service. That is the main purpose. Rest all are very, we can say, secondary purposes. The main purpose is to perform devotional service. So just like when we keep our temple, our house clean, we sweep, we wash, we decorate, right? Internally, we should also keep our heart, our body clean. How we clean it? We take, we give the bath to our consciousness through Harinam. Because Harinam Sankirtan, Harinam chanting is the most potent solution in this Kali Yuga. Daily Shravanam, listening to Harikatha every day. So we clean and wash our body by this Harinam Sankirtan, Harinam mantra, Maha mantra. Then we decorate our body through Harikatha. How do we decorate? Because when we hear Harikatha, Krishna Katha, Rama Katha, Chaitanya Katha, then we are thinking about the Lord. We are making plans to serve him because our attraction, our love for the Lord increases when we hear about him again and again, repeatedly. And our love increases, love is expressed in the form of devotional service. So in our consciousness, we appreciate Lord's qualities, his beauty. We absorb our mind in his pastimes. That's why Srila Prabhupada says, read Krishna book every day to absorb, to shower your consciousness with Krishna Katha. So the important thing is to always measure every day, actually. We should measure, are we feeling some transformation or not? We might be chanting, we might be hearing Krishna Katha, but is there any transformation? Otherwise, it may be like our Ram Babu Prabhu tells somebody to clean the dining area in the temple, but that person keeps shifting the garbage, dust from one place to another. When we are hearing or chanting, right, okay, we are doing it out of duty, but are we really transforming? Are we putting that garbage or making the effort at least to put that garbage, that dust into the dustbin properly, cleaning the hall properly or not, right? Is our consciousness getting cleaned? Our heart is getting cleaned or not? Is there any change that is uplifting us every day? Is it positive? We should be very conscious of that. We are anyway spending time. All the devotees, I'm very sure, they chant and they are listening. We are anyway spending our time. Why not use it more consciously? I'm talking to myself, reminding myself also. So when we talk about anger, Srila Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction, Vacho Vegam Mansaha Krodha Vegam. Very important to control this anger. Can it be controlled? So Srila Rupa Goswami mentions, anger can be controlled, but cannot be stopped altogether. After all, it's a quality from Krishna, right? That is coming to us. So how to control it? How can we also make our anger transcendental, like Lord's anger? So the example, the pastime given by Srila Rupa Goswami in that purport of Nectar of Instruction is, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry with the miscreant brothers Jagai and Madhai, who blasphemed and even hit Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So, although we see the most famous teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Pranadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Saheshnana. One should be humbler than the grass and more tolerant than the tree. So the question may come, why on the one hand, Lord is saying be tolerant, be humble, at the same time exhibiting the anger? So Srila Rupa Goswami explains, the point is that one should be ready to tolerate all insults to oneself. But when Krishna or his devotees, his pure devotees are blasphemed, a genuine devotee becomes angry and he acts like a fire against offenders. He says, Krodha, anger cannot be stopped, but can be applied rightly. Just like Hanumanji in Rāmaṇa, he used his anger to set fire to Lanka. But still, that quality of Hanumanji is very, very worshipable. He is worshipped as the greatest devotee of Lord Ramchandra because he utilized his anger in the right way. Similarly, Arjuna, he also, although he was not willing to fight initially, but after hearing Bhagavad Gita, he fought. And when somebody fights, he cannot fight without anger. It cannot be like somebody goes and hugs somebody and then say, okay, let's fight. Let's take prasadam together and we will fight. That's not possible. So it is great anger that Arjuna had for obvious reasons towards the opposite party that made him fight. But he used that anger in obeying the instructions of Krishna, not to satisfy his own senses. So a devotee uses anger in the service of Krishna. In fact, the devotee uses everything in the service of Krishna. Just like we also know how Srila Prabhupada and devotees gave a tough fight to the rogue elements, to the Gundas in Bombay, Mr. Nair's Gunda party, to build Temple of Lord in Jew. So that's why when Mr. Nair died later, Srila Prabhupada and devotees asked Srila Prabhupada to just know his reaction. Srila Prabhupada, he died. What do you feel? How you feel? And Srila Prabhupada responded, even saints are happy when snakes and Scorpio dies. So just saying that saints are always, they should be cool, calm, ignore everything is not really the right understanding. They use, of course, they don't get angry at trivial matters or mundane matters, but they use it in the service of Krishna. So now why do Krishna gets angry? Very, very important point. There are many reasons, and but one of the main reasons that we always see repeatedly in his pastimes, that Krishna may forgive all offenses, but he gets really displeased when his pure devotees are offended. Vaishnava Aparadh. That makes Krishna angry. He may forgive us for other offenses in the seva, in the chanting, right? Just like we have this nice bhajan, Hari sthane aparadhe tare hari naam, tum sthane aparadhe nahi paritrāṇ. The holy name, it can deliver one from any sins or offenses. But if one commits an offense to you meaning Vaishnava, there is no means of deliverance. So this is a very important point, that one of the greatest big cause of anger to Lord. And why Krishna is angry when devotees are offended? There has to be a reason. So in the same bhajan, the reason is also giving. Why? Tomar hirdaye sada Govinda Vishram, Govinda kohe namura Vaishnava Pran. Because Vaishnavas are Lord's Pran, his life and air. Lord says, Vaishnavas are in my heart. Vaishnavas are in Lord's heart, and in Vaishnavas, in such great pure devotees, in the heart of such devotees, Krishna resides. Right? So when such devotees are offended, Krishna takes it personally. Just like a mother might forgive others if somebody offends her, but if somebody offends her child or troubles her child, she will never forget. So, and why Krishna? Such devotees are Krishna's pran, his life and air, because they distribute the mercy to the whole world. They preach, they go to places all around the world, take all the troubles to preach Krishna consciousness, to attract the conditioned souls. It's a big service. Like we are hearing yesterday also, preaching is the toughest austerity. Someone might fast from food, water, right? But preaching is toughest, not easy. It's not like we preach and we expect everything to go in our way, right? We all know, full of challenges. Another reason Krishna gets angry is when human society rejects Vedic principles. And that's why he has to appear again and again to establish dharma, to establish these Vedic principles. And it is mentioned, yesterday evening we were reading Srimad-Bhagavatam with devotees, and the purport in chapter 3 of Canto 3, it is described, Krishna is harder than the thunderbolt for the wrongdoer and softer than the rose for the faithful. So we don't need to be scared of Krishna as long as we are aligned with his mission, as long as we are engaged in his service, or we are not breaking the regulatory principles. So he's softer than the rose for such devotees, such progressive devotees. We see in various pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also how he expressed intense anger on Chandkazi, that pastime. When Chandkazi and his soldiers broke the mridanga of devotees in Shiva's Angan, when Lord heard about this activity of Chandkazi's soldiers, he became furious. Think about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Namo Mahavadanyaya, the most merciful incarnation, most merciful appearance of Krishna. He's furious. And it was described, he was so furious that he was looking like a Shiva who looks at the end of cosmic annihilation, the anger of Shiva. Even devotees were mentioned that even the anger of Shiva is mild in compared to what Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was showing anger at that time. And right away he told Nityananda Prabhu and all the devotees to assemble and let's march towards the house of Chandkazi. He ordered everyone to bring a flaming torch, and announced they will go together doing the Sankirtan with all mridangas, kartals. Let's see who comes and break the mridangas now. He challenged. Hearing that, and when the various part, and he structured it very nicely that, parties of different groups of devotees were coming from all directions, not just one direction. They kind of surrounded the palace of Chandkazi. He was very scared. Chandkazi was shaking in fear. The kirtan became louder and louder. Suddenly it was outside his door, and he could hear the powerful Harinam chanting. And he heard the strong voice of Mahaprabhu. Where is this mischievous Chandkazi who tried to stop my Sankirtan movement? I have incarnated to propagate the congregational chanting of the holy names of Lord Krishna. I'm always present wherever my devotees ecstatically chant my holy names. Declaration from Mahaprabhu. Lord is always there when devotees are chanting. They are doing sankirtan. Lord is always there. How dare he obstruct what I have inaugurated to redeem this world? Now let's break the doors and bring that rascal to me without delay. You can see the anger of Mahaprabhu. Destroy anyone who stands in between you, in your way. He was roaring like a lion, just like we are seeing Lord Ramachandra's reaction at ocean here. So that anger is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita. But at the same time, we see whenever Lord does anything, whether he's loving somebody, he's being friendly with somebody, he's eating, or he's talking, he's playing, anything, his all activities are sweet. Even the anger is sweet, because ultimately it brings benefit to even the person whom the Lord is angry at. Just like in this Chandkazi's pastime, Chandkazi gets delivered. He becomes a devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we see, that's like when Putna came to kill Krishna, little baby Krishna, he became angry, sucking the life air out of her. But he delivered her at the same time and gave her such a high position, like a nurse in the spiritual world. His assistant like a mother, assistant of her mother in the spiritual world. And Srila Prabhupada also mentions towards the end of this purport that impersonalists, Mayavadis, were unable to understand these personal features of Lord because they lack devotion. They get bewildered seeing, oh, even Bhagwan is getting angry or sad or lamenting. So he is not Bhagwan. Actually, Bhagwan has no form. He just sometimes comes as a human and then expresses, live like human and then leaves. They think God has no form. But Srila Prabhupada very strongly says, it's like a child saying that, okay, I have all the limbs, I have all the bodily organs, I have a form, but my mother and father have no form. They are just light. And one who created all these beautiful forms like mountains, beautiful flowers, trees, rivers, bodies, beautiful nature, he created all this, but he said, is that even sensible? Srila Prabhupada says. So he is kind of attacking the impersonalists because they are wrong. Krishna has a form, beautiful form. And we also see how Krishna, even when he is angry, he is so beautiful. It becomes a pastime, actually. It pleases the devotees. Just like we see in the Bhishma Stuti, Bhishma Dev remembers the scene when Krishna is charging towards him with the wheel of the Ratha. He jumps from the Ratha chariot, and because Arjuna was not able to handle Bhishma, Arjuna was not fighting with the full potency, so he gets angry. And seeing that his devotee Arjuna is getting hurt by the arrows of Bhishma, he becomes angry. That comes in the Bhishma Stuti. The nice verse we can sing. Shita veshikhato vishirnadamshaha shataja paripluta atataino me prasabham abhisasar madvadartham sabhavatu me Bhagavan gatir mukundaha. Shri Vishnudev is remembering how Shri Krishna on the battlefield of Mahabharata is charged towards me, as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered. His body was smeared with blood due to wounds. Even that angry mood, Shri Krishna was looking very beautiful with all the dust on his face, on his body. His Angavastra was falling down. Now the question comes, okay, we see that Lord can get angry. I hope every one of us are okay with that expression of Lord by now. Is there anyone who can get angry on Lord? The answer is yes. His pure devotees can get angry on Lord also. It's a reciprocation. Yes, Mataji. Thank you, Nupur Mataji. Wonderful. Devotees. Devotees meaning pure devotees. We have to reach to that level to reciprocate with Krishna at that level. Sometimes devotees also reciprocate with Krishna in this rasa, Raudra rasa, anger. Why? To give him pleasure. Just not because I'm today feeling something didn't go my way, so I'm now angry on Lord. No, not in that way. The anger is to give pleasure to Krishna. There are many pastimes. At least one pastime I wanted to cover, but I think we are out of time. So maybe sometime later, where we see beautiful pastime of Radharani and Sakhis, how they get angry on Krishna, and then Krishna takes time to please them. So it's just 5 minutes, so we can conclude here today. And Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Thank you very much for a very wonderful lecture.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
The big lecture mixing the pastimes with the things that we're supposed to do as devotees is always very pleasurable. Especially Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bingo Chaitanya's pastimes. It's always very, very wonderful. Thank you very much. Dear devotees, this is the time to unmute yourself. If you have a question, or you have some realization, or you have a takeaway that you wanted to stress so that we can have some Krishna Katha, this is the time to do it. Please unmute yourself and be part of the conversation. Hare Krishna. Jai.
Hare Krishna, dear Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All this is your Prabhupada. Very nice class, Prabhu. Thank you so much. There's a point that you made early in your lecture that got me thinking. And that is when you said, when we go to the temple and we see the deities, the Lord is always smiling. But we cannot make of the smile whether it's a nice smile, pleasing smile, or an angry smile, right? Because the Lord is always smiling. That's a very good point you made, actually. It really got me thinking. But at the same time, we also know that the Lord does get angry, and of course, not for frivolous things like you said. So as practicing devotees, Prabhu, when we go to the temple and we see the Lord always smiling, and we go about do our own stuff, and some things may not be good, some things may be good, but we still go because we are conditioned souls, right? So how can we know that the Lord is pleased with us because he's always smiling?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you for the question. Yeah, this is a question I had many years back when I was kind of new, and every Friday that time we used to have program on Fridays, right? So I was like, we have to please Krishna, we have to make him happy. But I forgot one of the Guru Maharaj came, and I asked him like, okay, I'm hearing for it has been a year, I'm hearing please Krishna, please Krishna. What tells me that he's pleased? So very beautiful answer Maharaj gave that time is, if devotees are happy with you, it means Krishna is happy. So that's the austerity to make Krishna pleased is when we can make devotees happy by our service, right? Just not the sweet talks, but genuinely happy. That will, because Krishna comes in our life through devotees only. He might be there in the form of Vigraha, but he reciprocates, or at least in this present condition I'm at, through devotees only, right? So that's the, I think, short answer to that. And other thing is how we know we will feel some real satisfaction in our services. Otherwise, even if we are serving, if devotees and Krishna are not pleased, that full satisfaction will not be there. We will always be fearful. It is also mentioned in one of the purport of Srila Prabhupada. If we are not satisfied with our services or not doing them in the right way, some fear also will come in our heart. So those are the indications. So we should not feel bad about those feelings. We should acknowledge them and work on them. And step by step, we can progress. So it's a journey. Hope, Mataji, that is useful.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes. Thank you. Yes, absolutely. Because we are not, at least I'm not, advanced enough to see that the Lord is going to tell me in person, I'm happy with you. It's only the devotees of the Lord. But I have a second question to this, Prabhu, is, sometimes devotees, you just said, right? Like how we were told by the spiritual master that when the devotees of the Lord is happy, then the Lord is happy. And at the same time, sometimes we get corrected in our service, and generally, people don't like to be corrected because they always think that what they're doing is, pleasing to the Lord. But when we get corrected, how can we see that not as anger, but how can we see that as mercy that the Lord has chosen or whatever, asked, that this person is correcting me for the benefit of my doing better? Like, how can we see it? Because the first thing that the mind will say is, who are you? And when we get into the argumentative, ego mood, right? As opposed to saying, thank you, I'll do better. So, because again, I'm going back to the whole rasa, the part of the Lord being angry. And this is not, I don't think, at least personally, that the Lord is being angry, but it's just for us how to do it better. So how can we look at it as a mercy factor? I think that's one of the rasa, right? Yeah. So, yeah, Prabhu.
No, very nice question. And I was smiling because I wanted to cover something from this wonderful book that we all just got from His Holiness Bhakti Dhir Damodar Maharaj, The Spiritual Connection, but I was short of time. But before that, I would like to read something from here. But before that, to this point, the question you asked, I have heard from my senior god brother, Chaitanya Prabhu. He reminds me always that it is very easy to serve deities, but to serve devotees, right? So that's one point. Now here in this book, there is a whole chapter about why chastisement on the page number 79. And here in this section, Maharaj describes chastisement is the love of the Guru. So when we get corrected in the form of chastisement from Guru or Guru's representative, then if we take it, right, then that's the sign of love for the Guru. And when we say the sign of the love for Guru, meaning the sign of the love for the Lord also. So to love someone means to wish him or her well at all times, appreciating him or her when the right thing is done in the right way and at the right time, and correcting him or her when things are done otherwise. So sometimes, because of the fear of Vaishnava aparadh, sometimes devotees go too far. They become very fearful. They don't want to bring up the wrong things also, right? We should appreciate the right things, but at the same time, if something is not right, of course, in the Vaishnava way, we should bring it up through the right channels. So, and as a progressive devotees, we should be able to take that correction, because that's corrections, Maharaj says, that is his mercy, that is his love. If Guru fails to chastise the disciple who is not cultivating Krishna consciousness properly, then Guru is deviating from his devotee, is his duty. So it is the duty of a Guru to correct his disciples. It's a long section, but I think I hope a lot of devotees have got this book. This is really very practical book I found on these topics.
We have 9 more copies in the temple, Prabhu. So if anybody have not gotten the book, I highly recommend getting it. It's a book that every devotee who is either aspiring, initiated, or interested to learn the relationship. Yes, thank you, Dear Krishna Prabhu.
Maharaj also describes like how before we can correct somebody, because that is the relationship between guru and disciple, that relationship has to be strong, right? So that's why it is very important that there is a loving relationship between the guru and disciple, and then making those corrections are very relatively easy. Of course, it also depends on the person who's getting corrected, how open he is. But if he really loves his guru, then he will accept those corrections.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. I think Sarvang Sundar Prabhu has.
Yeah, Damodar, please mute yourself. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
To the devotees on the call. I just, there was a couple of things. One, I think the books that Mataji said, we have around, I think 15 copies, I guess. So I'm sorry to correct, but we have more copies.
Even better. We'll push it.
Yeah. So, yeah. Other thing was, yeah, very nice class, Prabhu. A lot of things that you mentioned were like reminders for me how we can continue in Krishna consciousness. And I remembered that Radhanath Maharaj has given the class on same verse on, I think, last year or this year's Ram Navami. I don't remember, but yeah, it was I just got reminded of that class. So thank you very much, Prabhu. Yeah, it's a wonderful class. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. And if you can post the link to that class, it will be wonderful. Every one of us can listen to it.
Sure, Prabhu. I will share with you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you.
Share with me too, please, Damodar.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any other questions or comments? It's very nice class, especially when discussion about the deities and the different moods that they get in, smiling features. This is very nice. If you see the deity smiling, actually, it's even deeper than that. There's a whole discussion that we can have on it, but I don't think there's much time. But the deity is very much real. That's one thing we have to understand. This is the Lord himself that's come in that form so that we can serve him. In the original form, we won't be able to. We can't even see him with our material eyes, much less try to serve him. So it is a very merciful presentation of himself as a deity, and take advantage of that. And definitely, as you mentioned, serving the devotees also makes Krishna very pleased. To serve the devotees, to serve Guru. Krishna owns everything. You serve the devotees, you serve Guru, Krishna will be pleased with you because that's his parts and parcels. Hare Krishna. So thank you for wonderful. I think there is one from Sulochana, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, okay, he's again expressing appreciation. Sulochana Mataji says, Hare Krishna. It was a powerful class. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
All glory to Srila Prabhupada, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Damodar Prabhu's hand is again raised, or he want to say something?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I just remembered a quote from Radhanath Maharaj where he says that when Krishna is pleased with us, he gives us the opportunity to serve the devotees.
Jai.
One very nice point that I remembered when you were talking about, how to understand if Lord is pleased or Lord is angry with me. So that was one of the points that I always remember in this situation. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, please do share that class, because just by you quoting him, Maharaj, I'm getting very excited. So please do share that class.
Mm. Hare Krishna.
Hearing from
Jai.
Maharaj will definitely bring some improvement.
Jai. Yeah, please share. Please share. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Any
Krishna.
final comments? Are you posting on here, or is it going on WhatsApp, or what's the story here?
With Dhir Krishna Prabhu, and Prabhuji can share on the group, maybe like that.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever works for Prabhu. Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
All right. Hare Krishna. All right, then. Thank you, devotees, for coming on for this lecture. This is the weekend. And so have a wonderful, wonderful Krishna conscious day and a wonderful Krishna conscious weekend. Vanchakalpatarubhascha kripa sindhave eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vaishnava Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.